The following program contains graphic language, which may be offensive to some viewers.
And the other one's this Latina chick, and then she starts talking. And when she starts talking, she sounds like Tony Montana. Okay, so we started? We're recording from right now.
Yeah.
3, count us out.
3, 2, 1. We'll go.
That's where we're going to start it from.
Definitely.
Yeah, we'll just start from there. Delinquent Chronicles. Welcome back. Episode 11.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I'm going to just know off rip without having
this is
to...
12.
No?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Stupid. It's
See?
12.
11 was the last episode.
Yeah.
I didn't say a word.
No, I'm just saying. I'm pointing at you. I'm pointing at the camera. 11 was the last episode, and that was Conspiracy Theory. So this is episode 12. Conspiracy Theory, part 2. Part 2. Part 2. And yeah, thank you for coming back. If you've watched the last one, thank you for all the subscribers so far. I am El.
I am Neil.
I'm Jose.
And yeah, Delinquent Chronicles 12. Yeah, anything ever reached 12 apart from Jason movies?
Star Trek.
Star Trek?
James Bond.
Yeah, we're not doing all that again.
Thank you, I don't know what to do.
We did that in episode 10.
A couple we made it to 12.
We did that. Alright, okay, cool. So, yeah, thank you for coming back, and we really appreciate everybody being part of our little experiences, and we ain't been cancelled yet, so let's keep going down the road we're going down.
Yeah.
Where are we now? We were talking about conspiracy theories in our first episode, and we will go into it, but I think I just want to do a roundup with the boys, find out how everyone's been, and do a quick little catch up, and then we've got me and Joe have a little story to tell you, Neil, about something we found out this week.
Okay. You're overhyping it there.
I'm not overhyping it. I think it's pretty fucking hilarious because both me and you were laughing our balls off. But
it'll be funny to us, but I don't think it'll be to anyone else.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
How are you, Neil?
I'm good. Just been doing the usual, working, trying to like catch up on films and TV shows. I did something really stupid. I found out that Homeland was coming off of Netflix on like the 15th of December or something. So I chose that moment, the 14th of December, to try and bang out season 1. And I got to like episode 7. I was like, oh, this show's not too bad. And then like it was gone.
I've never seen Homeland.
I have.
Never. That's the one with Claire Danes, right?
Yes.
It's a Howard Gordon show. Howard Gordon wrote 24. And that show, those two shows, standbys, did things for political TV thrillers that everyone else has copied.
Right.
Needed to get that out.
Yeah, I haven't. All I know about Claire Danes is I think she's banned from the Philippines or something.
Why? She's like the most vanilla.
No, she said some shit during a film. I think Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, so she was in Romeo and Juliet with DiCaprio, right?
Yeah.
She played Juliet, and then during the promo for that movie, she had said some derogatory shit about Philippines, about how it was a terrible place to be or whatever. And the Philippines were like, "Don't ever fucking come back here again. You fucking piece of shit," or whatever. I don't know.
Damn.
They said something like that. She's like banned from the country. I think. I'm pretty sure that's correct, right?
I mean,
does everybody want to fact check this? Could you just make sure I'm not just talking out of my fucking complete ass here?
You know what? It doesn't sound impossible because I think it's Brad Pitt is banned from China.
Get the fuck out of here!
No, really?
because 12
he's
years in Tibet.
7 years in Tibet.
7 years.
So because he's in that film, so he's banned from there. I think Hayden Panettiere is either banned from Japan or she got in trouble with Japan because she went there and was like protesting against the whale harpoon breeders, whale fishing, and like I mean
I have seen some videos of that shit. It's pretty fucked up.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah.
So I kind of get it. It's pretty graphic.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's, you know, there's like, I'm never going to debate that. But they were like, oh, the fact that she went there caused a ruckus.
What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
I think she may have got arrested. And then it was like, yeah, go home, they'll come back.
Hey, so long. See you, sucker. Bon voyage. Arrivederci, later, loser. Goodbye. Good riddance. Peace out. Let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Don't come back round here no more. Hasta la vista. Kick rocks and get the hell out.
Pissed.
And I know Japan's doing that with a couple of, like, you know, like the current trend of like streamers and like podcasters or whatever. Not podcasters, but like people who like go there and do like pranks in real life and shit.
Yeah.
Like a couple of them
Somali,
going to Japan.
Somali and Joe Somali guy.
Yeah, something like that. They were doing that, and then a couple of them, one of them was in jail.
Yeah, he's in jail.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I hear, and I think the guy that was with him went to jail and then got out.
Yeah, and then he's like, get the embassy to try to help him. And, dude, fuck that guy, man. Fuck him and fuck. I know
she's banned.
She's banned from Philippines,
there
right?
You go.
Yeah. Yeah. He's yeah, I know she said some dark shit. What did she say? Does it say what she said? I know I remember watching something. Go on.
Yeah.
Go on. Alright, go, Joe.
Smelled of cockroaches.
Oh, goodness. See, now that's the thing, you know what?
So she said she went to the Philippines. She said it smells of cockroaches.
Yeah.
I mean, it does probably smell of cockroaches, though. There's a lot of cockroaches there.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Do you know what's got me though, right? Is I'm like, I do not know what a cockroach smells like.
Neither do I.
So
I don't want to.
So the question that sparks in my head is when she's like, "Oh, it smells like cockroaches." I was like, "How do you know what it smells like?"
I'm guessing she's been to places that had, or places that she lived in America that had
well
a similar
question
smell.
Question who produced Romeo and Juliet?
I have no idea.
Is it a Miramax film by any chance?
I think it's 20th Century Fox film.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'll tell you a funny story about cockroach. I was in Bangkok, and I remember I was on my way to a Muay Thai fight, and I got out this tuk-tuk, and then I'm walking across the pavement, and then I stepped on what I thought was a stone, because I felt it on my shoe. Like, I was like, oh, that's pretty. And I looked down, and it was a fucking cockroach. And this thing just looked at me like I was the problem.
Hey, I'm walking here.
You know what I mean? He like kind of stopped, looked up, and then was like, what the fuck you doing, bitch?
The fuck's your problem?
And then just ran off, and I was like, yo, cockroach. And then I harkened back to that scene in Armageddon, and he's like, not even cockroaches or bacteria would be alive.
Baz Luhrmann.
Huh?
Baz Luhrmann produced the Romeo and Juliet.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, same dude who directed it.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, but that was just fucking. How's your week been, Joe?
Uneventful.
I can't talk.
Uneventful.
Uneventful? That's
Yeah.
good. You know what? Sometimes uneventful is good. Sometimes you don't want it. And but we did have a funny conversation on this week, and this is a story that we've been waiting to tell you.
Okay.
Not like it's super important, but it was just kind of funny. So me and Joe, we were on the phone for about 2 hours, right? Just shooting the shit, talking about life and love and everything else. Careful with that knife, Joe.
Just as you're talking about it, I see me.
I just saw you pick it up, and I was just like, I'm going to tell you now, you're not going to know how to put that back in closed. Now I'm going to walk around with a phone. There's a table in front of us right now, and there's like a little knife there.
Yeah, so there's like a little thing here.
Okay, cool, alright, fair enough, no worries.
Proficient.
Well, there you go.
Proficient.
Do you know what? Yeah, there's an episode, I can't remember which one it is. I think it's episode 4 or 5, where like I said something to Joe, and then Joe just like talked back.
Yeah.
And he was just like, which one do you want me to do? And then I added in that clip of from Goodfellas.
Yeah.
When he's like, good for you, Spider. Don't let nobody tell you.
Oh, when you shoot him.
And I was Joe just like, I know how to fucking close this knife, dickhead.
You call that a knife? This is a knife.
That's not a knife, that's a spoon.
All right, you win. I see you've played knifey spoony before.
So
which I didn't actually say.
So me and Joe were on the phone, and we are just shooting the shit, talking whatever, right? And we talked about how John Cena can speak Mandarin.
Yes.
And how he can speak Mandarin because of WWE has an education program. Did you know that? They pay for your secondary college degree in the WWE. And he was telling this to Logan Paul.
Yeah.
And he's like, you could do this. And they were like, oh, okay, crazy.
I gotta know, how are you fluent in Mandarin?
Fluent is a stretch.
Okay.
I've been taking Mandarin for 10 to 12 years now. And the how of that is WWE. They will assist in paying for your secondary education, and they will give you a free language program.
That is unbelievable.
No, it's very believable. They offered it for free.
And as we were talking, and then I don't know how we got. And I said I was gonna go back home and watch some Arabic porn and jerk off. Sue me, whatever.
Sue me for
what? And then I said to him, I was like, oh, I sometimes I come across funny videos that like porn, but they just end up being quite funny.
Yeah.
And then he's laughing right now. So there was this, and I was like, I tell you what, there was one funny video I saw, right?
Right.
And there was these two girls, and they were fucking this black guy with a huge dick, yeah. And then there's me just fucking beating my meat away, just enjoying it, just doing the pre-workout stuff. And then and so these girls are fucking this dude, and one of them has like bright blue hair, and like she's like sucking his dick and and the other one's this Latina chick, and then she starts talking, and when she starts talking, she sounds like Tony Montana.
Do you want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
She's like, oh, come on, man, get your fucking dick inside me, man. Like it's like proper. And I said to Joe, I was like, you know what she sounds like, Joe? I was like, have you ever seen the film Shaft? He was like, yeah, and I'm like, the one with Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, and I said, do you remember the bad guy? Peoples, when he comes down, and he's like, this is Egyptian coin, man. This costs more than your this is cost more than your monthly wages, man.
This is Egyptian cotton, motherfucker. 220 thread. This is like half of you shitty ass paycheck, okay?
Like, and all this shit, and bro, I was in hysterics, yeah. And so I'm watching this movie, and she starts talking like a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh yeah, man, go put it inside me, man. All this bullshit. And then he goes, hold on a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
And he was like, I've worked on that video.
Oh!
And I was like, what do you mean you worked on it? And then so for those who don't know, I'll let Joe take it. Go.
Oh, she just got. That's like handling this. I can't even finish the analogy, but yeah. So I do a bit of editing in the porn world.
Nice.
And so you come across a whole bunch of porn stars, and you have certain conversations with them, and you edit certain videos. And I thought nothing of the video I edited. So okay, I know. So the person I was editing was Queen Rogue. She's kind of risen to, she was doing like OnlyFans, and now she's kind of risen to some kind of prominence in the porn industry. And I worked on this random video of the chick who you mentioned and her, and it's so there's so much content out there that me knowing what he was talking about is like, that's like
a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
Like, so it was like, and I said, no, it's not even a needle in a haystack. It's a needle in a needle stack, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how is it that I'm specifically talking about this funny clip that I saw, and he's like, oh shit, I worked on that video.
Yeah,
of all the porn available on the internet, me and him were fucking connected in that way.
Come, let us gingerly touch our tips.
Like, it was just so funny, dude. And I was like, in my brain, I remember just in the middle of like just, doing my thing, and then I just burst out laughing when she started talking, and I was like, did they just grab this chick off the border? Like, they were just like, you come here, you little border jumping bitch, let's go, we're gonna make a porno. She's like, okay, man.
Yeah, her voice is very distinctive, and
yeah.
she does sorry, do you know what, I'm gonna hold my thoughts on that. But
no, don't hold your thoughts.
Say what you want to say, bro. People don't even know what you fucking look like, bro. Come on.
Yeah, she talks a lot, a lot. And
what'd you say her name was?
Queen Rogue. She's I think I know how many videos she's got. She's got at least 120 now.
Wow.
at least that. But she's fairly new. She's it's been around the past few years, but she has an amazing body. But her mouth, you're either gonna laugh at it or it's gonna be the thing that's just right for you.
And obviously, option 2 was the thing I fucking remember, because I was just, I can't believe. I lost my hard dick in that moment.
Loser! You're a loser!
I just started laughing. I was like, it's too funny. Like the other chick in the video with her, she's gorgeous. Like blue hair and beautiful body. She's big and robust. She looks like a good-looking version of what's her name from Shrek?
Fiona.
I like chicks. You know, I sent you that picture. Yeah. So I was like, I like big chicks, right? I like them all sizes, any size. I don't care. I'm not prejudiced, bro.
Big one, small one, some as big as your head.
So I was definitely like into it, and then when she started talking, I was like, "Fuck, so funny!" It's so funny.
Yeah,
and it's like you said, like,
I've worked. Just from what the small thing he says, I know that video.
Yeah,
I've worked on it.
He described it, and I went, "That's the one," and he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "How fucking funny is that?" And then we were laughing for like 5 minutes on the phone.
Yeah, because it's
giggling back and forth to each other, just how funny that is.
It's just so unlikely that half the videos I've worked on, sure, a lot of people will see, but that someone that I know saw a random. I mean, Habib is
the Habib show is what it's called. You must know them, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you know why Nina and them. I remember that.
He's getting there in numbers, but he's not like a super famous act, whatever you call them.
Value is not the strongest.
No, it's not.
That's why I like it the most.
Because it's just like
because you know they took these chicks from the bar, like. Or from somewhere. They're not all of them are professionals, right? And these chicks
a lot of them are. A lot of them are. No. I'm just saying a lot of them are amateurs, but they'll sprinkle in like one or two
here and there.
Yeah.
But a lot of the girls are amateurs, and they'll come in, and when they come in, you can tell they're about to get railed by a professional 13-inch dick.
What we have here, little yellow sister, is a magnificent specimen of pure Alabama black snake. But ain't too goddamn buku.
And you're like, this girl's gonna get it.
The way you're saying it, the image in my head is like, this is like Vauxhall Conference porn, right? This is like, there's Premiership, there's Championship, and then there's Division 1, 2, and 3, and it's like, this is your division. You're a D3.
Yeah.
I like Sunday League porn, I just want a couple of geezers have a few beers and then go play footy in the park porn. That's like, just go right to the bottom rung. That's where I am.
Crappy field, shit ass equipment. Hey man, at least we got some world class players over there.
That's where I like it. I like it there because because it's real.
The girls were there because they're desperate.
Yeah, dude, I don't need production value on my porn. Do you understand that? Like, it's like the glitz and glamour for my jerk off, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna just turn it off and just wallow in shame.
Look at him. No dignity, no manners.
You still need to see the act happening, otherwise it's just soft porn.
Yeah. No, I know. The difference is soft porn, Channel 5 porn. It's not even
Red
porn.
Shoe Diaries.
But it's like
when it first started.
Emmanuel. You remember that?
Yeah.
Fabio looking motherfucker. Fucking there you go, man. It's just it was just a funny little coincidence.
It's not a coincidence I would ever have with anyone that I know.
What a coinkydink.
And so it is.
and then there was the other thing. I was like, do you know there's this English porn star, and she's from like up north somewhere. I don't know where she's from. She's not from
Manchester
London.
or Wales. She's either Welsh or Mancunian.
No. Black Barbie, I think her name is.
She's really tall, massive boobs, and she has she sounds like she's God, what's that show? Do you know who's the main guy in Red Dwarf?
Oh yeah, I know.
Lester. He's sounds like Lester.
Okay.
Like Clayton, come on! Putting my ass. It's
you sound like Bonnie.
That voice on a woman is not.
What does this lady look like?
She's
black?
beautiful.
She's black.
But
she's white.
No, she's not beautiful. She's had a lot of work.
She's beautiful for a porn star. She's literally like she describes a Barbie doll.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I guess that's beautiful in the porn world. But it's that voice on a woman, and she's got a deepish voice.
It's insufferable.
What color is she?
White.
What color is her hair?
Blonde.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh wait,
yeah.
is this the
blonde
lady?
hair.
I think.
Let me see if I can find her.
Is this the lady whose boob exploded?
No,
that's not next chick. But basically, and I will talk about boobs because I want to bring up something real quick. But that video that I watched of these English girls, and they're all just like getting fucked.
Proper fucked. Yeah, Tommy.
So they're all in a bunch room, and they're in there with like the typical chubby English blokes.
Yeah.
And they're all just getting railed. And then the way these girls are talking, they're like, "Oh yeah, go on, fuck me. Yeah, put it in there. Yeah, go on, get it in my pants."
Yeah, fucking order that fucking cunt open skin. Slide right in and out, you fucker face.
You want to put a cock in my cunt?
It's in my fucking face. Yeah. I'm fucking hot as fuck. Yeah. You got the smell of fucking dick right your nose. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. I got one fucking hard hair for you, babes. Yeah, I'm fucking bend over just like you. We both get fucked together. Yeah, doggy fucker.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
And you're like, could you shut up?
Yeah,
could you
I'm
just
like,
shut the fuck up?
I'm losing.
Yeah, you're fucking it up here. Don't fuck. And I felt, it's horrible, bro. It's just so abhorrent.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up, just shut the fuck. And I couldn't imagine being in an actual relationship, having actual sex with that woman, and then in real life, and she's like, "Oh on, yeah, put it in my cunt. Yeah, go on, get it in there. Oh yeah, fucking do it." And you're like, could you just stop, please?
Do you suffer from a mental illness? Do you think you do?
Just shut up.
Damn, I can't find her.
So
here she is.
Yeah, that's Ava Knox.
No, there's another girl. Then we're talking about. Yeah, it's fun. It doesn't matter. But so there's
also a documentary with her. So when you were describing her, because she's tall as shit and huge boobs and stuff. So when you were talking, I was like, this is because she's from Manchester.
Yeah.
Because there was I think it was on either Channel 4 or Channel 5.
It's one of the two.
It was a documentary about porn stars and British ones, and there was her, and there was some really thin mixed race chick named Alyssa Devine, I think her name was. It was during COVID, and it was like they were talking about like how these women who, like, obviously they can't go somewhere and make a movie because of lockdowns or whatever, but during that time, that's when like OnlyFans and that kicked into high gear, and there was these women who are actual porn stars went to like OnlyFans and stuff to make content.
Yeah,
that was like they're generating money even though they're not making movies.
Yeah, they were just I think in the beginning they were just like showing their arse and splitting their labia in a
now they're just
splitting their labia.
Yeah,
now they're out there with like, you know, like the rubber version of like a full forearm and it's going all the way in there.
Yeah, dude, when I see these chicks, these massive like huge tentacle like dildos and stuff, you're like, Jesus, man, anything's a dildo if you're brave enough. Fuck, man, you know.
It's like
so actually just going off that, so when I said boobs earlier, right, there is this chick who has like hacked the fucking Instagram algorithm. What she's done, she's fucking marketing genius, bro. Yeah, you know exactly where I'm going with this. What she's done is she does breastfeeding videos. She's got this great fucking rack here.
I like your take on boobies. And I like boobies.
And then she's got this fake baby. It's like, it looks like a real though, not like a doll. I mean, it's a doll, but it looks like one of those like dolls you've spent money on, right?
Right.
Like the hair looks legit. Like, it looks like a newborn
baby.
baby. I actually thought it was a real baby at first, right? And I was like, yeah, that's sick. That's fucking disgusting, right? I thought, nah. she's using her real baby. And then, like, because she even wrote in the captions, like, oh, I gave birth recently, da da da. But it's bullshit. The whole thing's bullshit, right? She didn't give birth. It's a fake baby. Right? It's just a doll. And she pulls that perfect fucking tits out.
Wow.
And she breastfeeds it. And you're like, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know how to feel about this. And then when I found out it was fake, I was like, you're a fucking marketing genius. That's what you are. You're a fucking genius. Because she figured it out. She figured out how, like, it's educational, right?
Right.
But when you click on the link sends you straight to her fucking OnlyFans. And of course, what did I do? Rip that shit for free. Booyaka. I said it. So yeah, fucking rip that shit for free. But yeah, she's a fucking market. I'm not even gonna tag her shit though, because I don't want her to get more followers. Because I'm a piece of shit like that. But if you DM the channel, I'll tell you where to find her shit for free, bro. I got you.
You know, when you said that, right, it was like, oh, I'm not going to put her stuff up here. I thought it was because you don't want it to get taken down. And
No,
like,
no,
yeah,
no.
I don't want that shit.
No. I'm just spiteful, bro. Do you know how many tits there are on the internet, bro? I don't care. I'll see another pair of tits for free. It's not a problem.
At least as twice as there are many women there are in the world.
For the most part.
Yeah.
You know what? This baffles me, and we have things to talk about it, but this baffles me, right? Is our generation. Obviously, we started out with magazines in the woods, moved on to videotapes. Then the internet became a strong thing, and we're on the internet. And I'm like, if you grew up in this age, you can watch porn on the internet. So how the hell? I'm like, what is it that means that you're gonna spend hundreds? Some people spend thousands of pounds or dollars or whatever,
touch,
right?
Bro, that's what it is.
But I'm like, the thing is, porn. I'm like, okay, yeah, porn is porn, but porn is the fantasy. Like, it's gonna sound horrible, and I don't mean it in a this horrible way, but I'm like, there are porn stars that, you know, given the opportunity, I'm there, I'm single, I'm doing whatever, I will bang the shit out of. But I'm not bringing them home. I'm not bringing them to like, oh yeah, you're gonna meet my mum this Sunday afternoon. Like,
the nature of the beast, though, man. These girls don't realize that like, listen, you are there as a commodity now.
Yeah,
like, the moment you go into that world, you're a commodity.
You are a toy!
But what I'm saying to that is knowing that, having that mindset, that subconscious thought that I'm like, plaything, not real thing, right? Is why would you then want or need this personal touch that makes these OnlyFans video women so like they're making some of them, not all of them, are making like, you know, hundreds of thousands of pounds and dollars a month. Like, how is that a thing when Pornhub exists?
As you said, it's
the personal section. But what I'm trying to find out is what is the mindset of a guy who's going to pay money for that personal touch when you could pay less money for a prostitute, or
that's too real.
Get it for free.
Okay, well, hold on a minute. That's like saying, why would you go through the entire process of dealing with a chick, taking her out to dinner, spending the money, putting the wrench time in, when you could go get a prostitute for less time and money?
But the thing is, with that, I know that, but you know, you putting in that work, taking them to dinner and all that. It's the end goal is probably not just sex. Like, it's the relationship. You know, I'm just like, if I know there's this girl and I could have just had sex with her, probably not taking her to dinner.
Can I ask you a question? How much money did you think your wife spent on you, courting you? Did she spend anything?
No, she spent some money.
I fucking know. I spent shit on me, bro.
Yeah,
I'm the one that fucking.
spent some money. I
say to my missus sometimes, I'm like, we go out, and I'm just like, you don't even worry about paying the bill, do you? You just fucking turn up. I just, because you know, like, if we're going out to dinner, I'm going out, right? I'm the one paying for it, so like, you know, I'm like, let's go out to a restaurant or whatever, like me and the kid and, you know, everyone. So if we go out to eat, it's like, of course, you know, you're never gonna fucking pull your wallet out, your purse out, ever. I'm the one paying for all of it every time. Fucking, I don't know, I'm just ranting now, but point is like, yeah, I mean, money and time, guys have to put it into it. By the way, just so I want to do a time check. How far are we into? How far have we recorded?
26 minutes.
26 minutes. Okay, cool. Right, yeah. Because I wanna talk about conspiracy theories. That's what this fucking episode's about.
Let's get into it.
But I don't wanna have too much time. Right. Okay. So we, thank you very much, guys. By the way, sorry, these fucking things are the roundup, and I'm hoping we can move on through it now. But right, the conspiracy theories. Where were we with conspiracy theories? Does anyone remember what we were talking about last time? We're fucking bad at this. We're sorry, guys. We'll figure it out.
No, I remember one of the things that you had spoken about was like not Hollow Earth, but get like the people who've gone down to like as the lowest level of Earth that they could possibly get to, and there was a giant door there, and then beyond the door was
these hairy animals.
Red.
Oh yeah. So it wasn't. Yeah. So I think it's called Dulce base. That's what it's called. Right. Dulce base. Google it. DULCE Dulce, as in for sweet. I think it's Latin for sweet. I think like Dulce base, and then see what you can bring up. But from what I remember correctly, it was there was like apparently there's an whole underground system of fucking aliens in Dulce base. That's one, right?
So,
secondly,
hold on. Can you spell that? The
Dulce, Delta Uniform, Lima Charlie Echo, and then base BASE.
Like when you were spelling them out, and I was just like, as soon as you finished, this was shield.
Subject of conspiracy theory claiming.
Yeah. Dropping his phone. Sorry. We're bad at this. Sorry.
Dulce base is the subject of a conspiracy theory claiming that a jointly operated human and alien underground facility exists under, I can't even pronounce that, Mesa in Colorado, New Mexico, on the New Mexican border town of Dulce, New Mexico in the United States. Doesn't say anything more than that, but
yeah. So there's like stories that I've heard that there's like these underground wars that are going on and shit like that. And
ETs have penetrated a United States Air Force base, the most secret base on Earth, and you guys don't know anything about it? He said, we're working on it.
Like, I don't know, dude. It was just kind of interesting. But so there was that. There's loads of different conspiracy theories, and I'm going to touch on some more now. So my major one, right? One of the major ones I've got is skinwalkers, right? So there's this fucking, and we mentioned this 2 episodes ago. End of episode 10, I said skinwalkers and left it there. So we're talking about it. Here we are, we're talking about it. So skinwalkers, some people know them as Wendigo.
Yeah.
Right? And they are known to be these creatures that sort of are part of the evolutionary state of human beings as what we know as the uncanny valley, right? In the uncanny valley, just to recap on what we talked about before, is the concept of like when you look at something and it doesn't look necessarily human or real, because we as humans are trained to know what a human face looks like, and its flaws and changes and wrinkles and everything that's involved in it. We know what that looks like because obviously we look at them every day, we look at our own face. So when you look at so for us to have evolved the ability to be able to do that, because it's an evolved trait, it means that at some point, somewhere in our timeline, there was some sort of creature, predator, something that would mimic humans to a point where we would go, that's not right. That's fucking terrifying to me, because that's an evolutionary trait that we've had to learn. Same how how did humans learn not to go near fucking lakes, right?
Yeah.
Because a crocodile's going to come and eat your fucking kid. So you learnt that by pain and by watching others go through it and go, yeah, let's not do that shit, right?
Evolutionary memory.
Exactly. So it's in our genetics to know what a human face looks like. And we've learned that, we've passed it down, because at some point there was a predator. Most likely there was a predator that existed that would prey on humans by using them to lure us in. Now, skinwalkers are normally seen or heard around like Native American camps. They call them Wendigo sometime, right?
Yeah.
And like like the Native American settlements that are in the US. I can't remember what it's called, but
reservations.
So that's it, reservations. Thank you. And so you have like these reservations, and the older shamans, and they all tell stories about these older creatures that like would look like wolves and try to lure people so they can kill them, eat them, steal their soul, whatever. Now, sounds nonsense, right? But then there's all these weird videos that people have found of like you ever seen The Rake?
No.
The rake is like this like white kind of golem-like creature, and people say that's a Wendigo because it kind of looks like a human, but it's not. But then there's all these other, like, there's one video that I watched where this guy's on a horse and he's like riding through the desert, and he kind of feels like it's a bit weird, like something's weird going on. He's like in the desert somewhere in America, and all he hears is "Hey," like almost like as if like someone's calling him from the bush. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And his horse goes crazy and runs.
Right.
Whilst he's on the horse, right? The horse is like, "Fuck this," because the horse knows. Right?
Yeah.
Fuck this.
So and he's like, "I'm out here alone. There's nobody here." And then someone was like, not like, "Hey, help me!" Like, "Yo, hey."
Just coming in from planting those trail cameras. There's vultures everywhere. It's odd.
That's weird.
You
That
know?
would scare the shit.
That would scare the shit out of me, dude. I was like, because imagine like you're just strolling along, and then all of a sudden you just hear, "Hey," you're like, "What the fuck?" And then you look and you don't know where it's coming from. You know, and like they've always said like that. You know, there's loads of stories you can hear online, like Reddit stories and stuff, of people like, you know, I've been walking out in the bush, like, you know, in America, like out in hiking and stuff, and we get told not to go to certain places. Because those places, you're going to run into people that you think are human, and they ain't human. Or they'd be driving down highways and someone's like trying to get their attention. And they're like, "Hey, help me, we're in the bush." And you're looking at them going, "That looks a bit weird."
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, yeah, that looks a bit weird." And you're like, "No, I need help in here. Can you help me?" Someone...
You're staying out here.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
dying
like,
here,
I'm
unfortunately.
driving at night, dude. And I think I've driven across America, right? So I've driven across America at night on highways. And like when there's no light and it's just like the movies, and you're like, "I ain't pulling over for no motherfucker, dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude."
If I'm driving and they're like, "Hey, help, we're in the bush." Sound like a you problem.
Sorry.
Ouchtown, population you. Because I'm not fucking going, dude. But yeah, so that's another one. It's like, you know, and then that's why Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah,
That's why they call it that, because there's a lot of
weird happenings there,
and aliens and stuff, and a lot of people think this is all connected, and you know, or it could just be you're fucking, you know, you're insane, or you're just seeing things, or whatever.
That's a lot of people to be insane, though.
Yeah, you know. So there's that, and then I think like, so that's the Skinwalker thing, and then the other one for me, I think probably the biggest conspiracy in the world for me. You alright, Joe? You laughing?
You busting up.
You'll find that in the edit.
Okay.
Why?
You'll trust me. Just trust me. You'll find that in the edit.
Okay. So the probably the biggest one for me, and I think probably the funniest one is not the funniest. Funniest? I'm thinking of him because he's fucking laughing. Funniest.
You said that. Sorry,
I said funny because I'm looking at you and you're laughing.
That's hilarious to me that it co-opted what you were about to say.
It's because I want to know now what the fuck it is. You're not gonna fucking tell me.
You can find it in the edit. No, I'm not gonna see the edit until it's done.
Motherfucker, tell me now. No, it's fine. I'll find out in the edit. It's fine.
Yeah. You will.
Okay, so dick. So the other one is, and this is probably one of the biggest ones, right? Is the fuck ancient aliens. That I'm not going down that road.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But it's not. But it's close to that, right? Is to say that the pyramids are older than we think they are. Now, this is taken from Jonathan Anthony West and Robert Bauval and Graham Hancock. All their work. I'm literally talking about people that are giants in this industry.
Yeah.
And I'm standing on their shoulders, talking to you about on my soapbox about this.
Yeah, Graham, you're talking to mention the Joe Rogan thing, right?
I mean, just Joe Rogan's how I found out.
Yeah.
So I didn't know anything about this, right? And then I started watching Joe Rogan years and years and years ago, and he brought this guy on, and they were talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucking interesting. I never knew about this." So essentially, just to sort of start it off, what happened was, there's a few scientists in the world that believe that the accepted timeline of history is incorrect. Okay? And we're not going to talk about 0th century. I think I may have already talked void century. I think I've already talked about that in the other episode, but we can touch on it again if necessary. But the accepted timeline of like Egypt, for example. Now, it doesn't make sense that even if we follow the timeline, I'm going to use the pyramid for the moment. If we follow the timeline just for the pyramid,
right,
the wheel was still not invented. The accepted timeline, it predates the wheel, right?
Okay.
Now they say that the pyramid, the Great Pyramids of Giza, were built in 20 years. As I'm assuming you're talking about the reflection, right?
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
They say the Great Pyramid of Giza was built in 20 years. Okay, and was built for the great pharaoh Khufu. Okay, bullshit. They say it was tombs. Bullshit. They have never ever, no mummy has ever been found in any of the tombs. No tomb has ever been found in any of the pyramids in Egypt. That's a fact. Right. That's not what you and I believed though when we were kids, right?
No,
They found Tutankhamun and all of that inside of them.
No, never. No mummy, no sarcophagus, nothing like that has ever been found inside the tombs at Egypt, ever, inside the pyramids. Right? So that's the first bullshit that we all believe that to be true, but it's never been a thing.
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit. Fuck. Oh my.
Right? But then it goes even deeper than that, like the Sphinx. The Sphinx has weathering on it, yeah? From years and years of rainfall. Rainfall to that level, to cause that level of weathering on the Sphinx, would not show until 12,000 years ago as opposed to 4,000 years ago, which is the accepted timeline. Geologists have looked at the stones on the Sphinx, on the pyramids, right? And sure enough, those stones, the weathering on there is from water erosion. To have that level of water erosion would have happened during the Younger Dryas, during ice ages.
Right.
Oh, okay. Not 4,000 years ago, which was not when we had our fucking ice age, right? So we're talking 12,000 years ago, right?
Right.
And then you start looking at even more weird shit. So the blocks, right? 2.3 million blocks. The accepted timeline is that the pyramids of Egypt were built within 20 years. Okay? Now, it is impossible for you to do that. The time that you would have to cut and quarry these fucking 80-ton blocks from 500 miles away, because that's where they're from, from towns, from places, quarries 500 miles away, you would have to cut, quarry, and bring these blocks over every 5 minutes, 24 hours, for 20 years, by slaves. Now, to clarify, no, forget even the fact that it was slaves. To clarify, the pyramids of Egypt are so precise, that you cannot fit. If you go inside, they're always like both sides are exactly the same.
Then I was shown this. Here, the fitting structure reflects itself on each side of the passageway, here and there. Same thing over here and over there.
The blocks, they're heterogeneous, which means that they're earthquake proof, right? All the blocks are different sizes, They're different shapes and different sizes. And that building pattern extends to Göbekli Tepe, which is a site that they found in Turkey that's 12,000 years old, that was buried. It wasn't like it was just there. The motherfucker was buried intentionally to preserve it.
Right.
So these people 12,000 years ago in Turkey built this shit using the same techniques that apparently they're saying 4,000 years later humans still used. You can't fit a razor blade through these stones in between them. They're so tightly packed. No cement, just weight and geometry perfectly pack these stones together.
Damn.
And some of them are like, if you look at it, even like it's the same building pattern in Peru.
On all those sides, we find very heavy blocks with complex shapes assembled with an extreme precision, astronomical skills, alleged dating, and most of all, no indication on construction means.
Now, beavers build dams the same way across the world. So maybe the humans just figured out to solve the same problem.
Isn't that eugenics?
Sorry?
Eugenics.
When
like sorry to intervene.
It's okay.
But it's like, you know, if like a beaver knows how to build a dam.
Yeah.
And then that knowledge is somehow transcended to every beaver across the entire world. So now all beavers know how to build a dam.
Yeah, but I don't think it's so again, I'll talk about that in a second. But what I mean by that is like, it is just to say that humans just use the same way to solve the same problem. We're humans, right? So we solve the same problem across the world. But it goes even deeper than that. Now there are these these pictures, right? And some of them are statues actually, where you see these pictures on stones, and it's always these like gods, or maybe it's just travelers from different lands, and they're holding this bag. Right, it's this little bag.
Yeah.
It looks like a handbag, and they're holding these bags, and they all have them. They have them in fucking Egypt. They have them in Peru.
Yeah.
And it's the same people holding these bags. Now, current day Egyptologists are like, no, it's just a coincidence. I'm like, no, maybe these people, because they have them in Göbekli Tepe as well. Maybe it was a group of enlightened people who had knowledge. And those were travelers that would travel to different parts of the world and teach people how to build something.
Yeah.
The problem is that all of this stuff to say that the pyramid, there's no way that it's just mathematically does not work. We can't even now replicate the pyramids, even to a smaller scale using the same tools. You can go to Egypt and they will give you a copper chisel. There was a guy who actually did it. He tried to replicate the building, he did it on television. I think it was on BBC. He took a copper chisel and he tried to like cut a stone with copper with a copper chisel, and it just kept blunting because the stone is so fucking hard.
When Roger tries chisels made from bronze, the results are disappointing.
As you can see, we're leaving a lot of metal and very little stone is flaking.
Bronze and copper tools of the time are at first sight too soft.
Right? We're talking granite here. Like this is real. So they're taking it. They say they would take granite stones. There are certain monoliths that exist, like huge. I forgot what they're called.
Statues.
They got the one in Washington.
The Washington Monument.
Huh?
Totem pole.
No, the Washington Monument, but it's called something. I can't remember what its name is. Anyway,
let's find out.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. They go straight up.
Yeah,
with
like
the
long
aluminium
spike.
roof.
Yeah, I just can't remember what it's called, but
no, it's called the Washington Monument.
Yeah, no, but it's called something. I can't remember what
okay.
it's called. The name of it is something. It's a specific name of what that kind of statue is. But anyway, that statue, there is one in Egypt that is one solid block, right? And it is the way they're digging it is that it's almost as if there's scoop marks underneath it, but this is solid rock that they're trying to scoop out of. So how the fuck are they doing it? And some people say it's sound. Some people, but there's
sound.
Yeah, something you use like sound frequencies to like break apart particles.
Yeah.
Well, them brothers weren't doing that back in the.
Well, exactly. But this is what I mean. So it's like there's certain knowledge that is lost to us. And I take this phrase.
Or is being kept from us.
I get that. Yeah, when I'll go into that as well. But I take this phrase from Graham Hancock, and he says, "We are a species with amnesia."
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
There is certain levels of knowledge that is just not given to us. Now, I'm going to mention this guy. He's a very contentious character in this entire subject. He's probably one of the main antagonists. If you had to like, if you took like all of like the MCU and made it this story about all of like the fucking shit that's going on around the world, and you had one bad guy, this guy is Thanos.
With the stones you've collected for me, create a new one, teeming with life, that knows not what it is lost, but only what it has been given. A grateful universe.
Born out of blood.
They'll never know it. Because you won't be alive to tell them.
Okay.
Yeah?
Oh, right, okay.
His name is Zahi Hawass. Yeah? Zahi Hawass is the Minister of Antiquities in Egypt.
Oh, you cunt! What a cunt!
Yeah? He is the guy in charge. He's an archaeologist. I put that in inverted commas. He's an archaeologist, and he's the guy in charge. He is very aggressive.
There is evidence of lost civilization. Where is archaeology? What is this?
And he must always be right.
This man is a thief, and I don't want to talk to him. And I don't want his name to be mentioned.
In academics, there is
He's not academic. He is nothing.
In academic world, we do not do ad hominem arguments. We do not debate the man.
Listen,
we debate the matter.
The matter is debated really and closed.
Now, he has helped suppress so much information in the name of Egyptology, yeah, because it does not fit with the accepted timeline. They during like tertiary excavations in the 90s of the pyramids of Egypt, they found certain pathway tunnels, tall tunnels, probably about, I don't know, like meter by meter, right? These little funnels that go really deep into the pyramid, and they're like, okay. So this French guy had a robot, right? So he built this robot that could go into these with a camera. And it goes, and he followed, and he was like, okay, I'm going to put it in. So he went through, he got all the way through the end of these little tunnels. There's a video on it online, you can watch it. And then he goes up, and then when they got to the end of it, they realized it goes up another 45 degrees. And so they were like, okay, so they went up there, and then they found a door. And this door with 2 copper handles on it. And then, so he comes back and he tells them, like, yeah, this is what we found. And then they were like, he was like, we want to go in there. We want to open this door. We want to find a way to get in there, drill a hole, go in and find out what's on the other side. And Zahi Hawass and his entire ministry shut down and banned that guy from ever going back to the pyramids and shut down the whole fucking thing. This is all fact. You can look this up online, right? And he refuses to be questioned about it. And if you try to question him about it, he doesn't want to know. He tells people that they're wrong. He goes, no, this is the accepted history. And there is something going on in Egypt. That's all I'm saying. Right? There is so much more going on in Egypt that they just don't want to let you do. And this guy is in the middle of the whole thing.
Is it, would you say that's they're covering something up, or they're hiding something from the public knowledge?
100%. Yeah. It's a mathematical impossibility for a lot of the things that they say happened. If you go back, so what? Like, just look at the Sphinx. The Sphinx, its head. How can if they're saying the Egyptians built it, how can a race of humans in that time build all these mathematically, geometrically perfect shapes? Like, and I'm going to show you when we're done with this podcast. I'm going to show you a documentary called "The Revelation of the Pyramids." Yeah?
Right.
It is fucking crazy. Yeah, and there's another one called BAM as well. I can't remember what it's called, but it's voiced by this girl called Johanna James. Yeah. And she's quite popular on YouTube. TikTok and YouTube and stuff. I definitely recommend you go follow her. Her name's Johanna James.
Okay.
And she's hot too. Actually, I think her claim to fame is that she was the one who dubbed in what's his name? What's the black guy dude from Adulthood?
Noel Clark.
Oh, Noel Clark. Yeah, she was the chick who dubbed him in for what he was the one who like allegedly sexually assaulted her. I don't know. I don't know the full story behind her, but I think she's actually...
Oh, I know this woman.
Yeah, she's fucking smoke show, dude. Yeah. But she's also really into this sort of stuff, which I find amazing. But anyway, so she's gone there. She's looked at all this stuff, and loads of different people have gone to different places and documentaries and stuff. But like, there have been architects, scientists, current day people who have been like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. The mathematics are there. Like, if you look at the perimeter of the pyramid, it's the perimeter of the pyramid, if you take a circle and go touch every corner of the pyramid with a circle that goes around it, it's the same circumference of like pi. So if you take a square and then put a circle around it, and each corner of the square touches the circle, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, it's correct to pi. Its diameters match to exactly 299,790,458 meters per second.
That was beautiful.
Which is the speed of light in meters. Its diameter is correct to that. It matches the Fibonacci sequence, which is the building blocks of life on Earth. It points to true north more than the Greenwich Mean Time in London.
Damn.
Right? Scientifically, it points to magnetic true north, that we cannot replicate it. and it's built of blocks that are so big, some of them are big as buses, that we can't lift with current technology.
Yeah.
And you want to tell me that these people were doing that while the rest of the world was walking around in animal skin? Is that what we're saying right now? Get the fuck out of my face with your bullshit.
What are you, fucking retarded?
It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense.
Something definitely
more
doesn't add
likely,
up.
and so these people, the ones you're telling me they built the fucking Sphinx, and then the head is not proportioned correctly, but they could do all of the rest of it. What's more likely is that they found the Sphinx, because that's what it says in their fucking text, in the hieroglyphs. They fucking uncovered the Sphinx from the sands, and then it was probably a lion's head, because if you go back 4,000 years, it points to the constellation of Orion. But if you go back even further to 12,000 years, when they say that it was probably built, the Sphinx, it points to the constellation of Leo, which is a lion. Thank you very much.
Lion, even.
So, and it points and stares out into the horizon. Other thing is going to fuck you up, right? Google on your phone. Go grab your phones right now. Google on your phone. Pyramid at Giza, winter solstice.
Okay. I'll be real, right? I hope they don't never open them doors. Because I'm like, we just as a species, we just ain't equipped for that.
Yeah. We're really.
What comes up? What comes up when you
winter solstice?
Yeah.
It's showing me a pyramid
with how many sides?
4.
It's not coming up.
No.
Oh, here we go.
4 or 8
images.
Yeah.
What the? This one here. What the hell?
How many sides is that? 8 sides, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2,
the pyramid,
3, 4, 5,
a pyramid
6.
at Giza, has 8 sides to it. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think pyramid 4 sides. It's not. It has 8 sides. The pyramid of Giza has 8 sides, and you can only see this twice a year at the winter and the summer solstice. And the only way it got found out was I think it was a Robert something. I can't remember his full name, but he was a British RAF soldier, and he was flying during the war. He was flying over, I think either during the winter or summer, one of the two, flying over the pyramids, and he saw that, and he was like, "Yo, that's fucking strange," and he took a picture of it. So, what's accepted, and I would think this is correct, is that the actual pyramid themselves were straight sides, but they were covered in limestone, white limestone with a gold cap on the top. And then some sort of event happened, and then think of it like plasterboard, and then that stuff started breaking off and falling off.
Yeah.
So, and then revealed this sort of architecture where you can't actually see that unless you're seeing it from the sky, from a specific angle at a specific time of the year, where you can notice that the actual pyramid is 8 sides. And a lot of people don't know that shit, man. That's crazy.
I didn't know that
and
till
the intricate
this point.
architecture to do that. Now, if you're going to tell me, like, there's no way that the pyramids were built by slaves, because to have that level of architecture, that level of precision, right? And those are straight lines, right?
Yeah.
That level of precision. If you're building a pyramid and you have one block out of place, and it fucks the rest of the whole thing
that thing's
up,
coming down.
Yeah.
right? That block is going to be twisted and botched when it gets to the top, right? So for you to have that level of precision, the only thing is to say is that the pyramids were built by master craftsmen. Yeah? By nobody else but master craftsmen. It's impossible for it to ever have been built by slaves because they're not educated enough, because they weren't, right? So, and you're going to tell me that these people dug, quarried, pulled these stones out and then moved them halfway across the fucking country without the wheel?
Yeah.
They're saying that, oh, what they did was they wet the sand and pulled it on sleds, right? Yeah, that works to an extent, but not when you're pulling. That might work with 5-10 ton blocks, but not when you're pulling 80-ton blocks. Some of the mathematics, even inside, and we're just talking the outside.
Yeah.
When you go into the inside of the pyramid, inside the pyramid, there are blocks that they have this one block, and they call it the sarcophagus, but it's not. It's in the king's chamber, And these blocks are so huge, and they mimic each other around on the inside. Like the architecture of the King's Chamber is directly straight. They've brought people in with lasers, and they're like the caverns that go in are directly straight down, but there's no scorch marks on the stone. Because normally, what you would assume is that you would see people holding torches, and then they would obviously cause soot and torch marks on the stone, right? Because they're holding them in these confined environments whilst they're quarrying into these fucking stones. But there's no cut marks. There's nothing.
As I said, right?
It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense.
If you are someone who is involved in this, and you are like, you know, you're trying to wait for homeboy, Master of Antiquities, to pop his clogs, so you can go open them doors, but leave them doors shut. There's things.
Well, they said they were going to open it because actually, so after that guy did, because a lot of people are involved in there.
Call that place
after
Pandora.
that Zahi Hawass then said he was actually going to do a documentary about it, and they actually filmed a promo for it for like Discovery Channel, and we'll find it afterwards. Where he talks about it, he's like, we're going to open these doors, and then they never did. They never did a follow up on it. It was called like Magical Egypt or something.
Well, don't open the doors.
I don't know why this guy wields so much power, but he does. He wields so much power, and I think it's like because there is these stories that they say there was actually like billionaires that are like funding all this research and colleges that fund all this research into, because obviously that's what, you know, those digs are funded by universities and stuff, right? And like it's all this money coming in, and there's a lot of money involved in keeping the status quo of Egypt, right? This is, you know, think how many people have like bet their fucking careers on this and everything else, and then if you have somebody else to come and question the zeitgeist, they're gonna be like, no, you're wrong. Why? Because it's money, bro. It's just money.
Yeah, if you change the story of that, then it loses its allure. And then,
these people lose their PhDs, they lose everything, right? Because like, everything they said is wrong. But that's the problem with science, right? It's just like when they say follow the science, but isn't science always evolving?
It's
Aren't we always changing the science, changing the history? What? So we found some scrolls, and now we can't talk about it because it might talk about other shit. Who knows, bro? It might talk about the Anunnaki that Mr. Saatchi used to talk about, or it might talk about other beings from other planets. Who the fuck knows? We don't know, because these people that are finding this stuff won't fucking tell us about it. You know?
Yeah.
And they want to tell us that the Dead Sea Scrolls were just found in some cave somewhere. Some kid found them. Like the story behind the Rosetta Stone is someone's using it as a coffee table, and they were like, "Oh shit, that's a fucking Rosetta. We can use this to change the fact to decipher the hieroglyphics." You know, and like this isn't. You know, like they say, how did they cut the stone? How do you cut that stone? How do you cut those stones, bro, to get them so precise? They're saying they use copper saws. So they did this thing where they got these guys to use these saws, right? And they got these long copper saws, and they're cutting these big granite blocks. And I think in 1 hour they said they can get like 4 millimeters.
Yes, will we see any progress in our lifetime? Yes, if you came back in an hour's time, you would see about a 4 millimeter cut down into the stone.
You're kidding, in an hour you'll be 4 millimeters down?
Well, I've been doing a lot of experiments, and I can guarantee that this will cut through the stone at about 4 millimeters an hour.
In 1 hour. And they're like, so you got to cut all these stones and then pull them to where they got to be? There is a stone that's actually like, it's so, people don't even talk about this. This is nuts, dude. There are holes, right, outside on the plateau of Egypt, perfectly circular holes that look like they've been drilled in and bored out, No one talks about that. They've got grooved and cut marks, and when they're asked about it, they're like, oh no, they were probably just using hand tools to cut them open, but they're perfectly circular, and they have grooves as if they're drills. And these are just things that are just lying on the plateau outside the pyramid that people can sit on and use it as picnic furniture.
Damn.
Do you know what I mean? They don't talk about this stuff, and they don't talk about how, like, when you look at these huge blocks and how they're cutting it, and they're saying, oh well, they would cut it specifically to using these tools. Okay, there's one block that looks like it's been cut, and then for some reason the cut bends. Now, if we're talking 4 millimeters an hour, you're going to notice that, and then they've abandoned the cut, right? They've gone, okay, fuck it, we're going to go somewhere else. So the only time you'd ever do that if it was too fast, and the only way you would do it too fast if you're using a machine, a drill, something with power into it. This is what I mean. Like, it's just crazy stuff that nobody talks about. And this is like why it's such a deep rabbit hole. And it's like this would require. Now, I'm actually not gonna do more conspiracy shit after this episode. We can go back to talking other bullshit because I could go down such a deep rabbit hole. And the reason I'm sort of floating back and forth is because I'm getting pockets of information that I'm remembering.
Yeah.
Because I'm not actually practiced for this. I'm doing this off rip off the top of my head. So like, I just know all this stuff because I spend so much time looking at it. But like, if you just look at the building structures, the way we built shit at that time, it mimics the same building structures around the world. Göbekli Tepe, fucking Machu Picchu, those huge, massive blocks that aren't from there. Look at Machu Picchu. Some of those blocks are the size of a bus.
Yeah.
And they're on the precipice of a mountain, like a plateau of a mountain. So how the fuck did those people get those massive blocks from like 300 miles away up to the top? And then when you look at the blocks, they're all different sizes, but they all fit perfectly together like Lego.
Yeah. It's.
And some of them, there was one crazy one that's like, it's a block, but then it's like a corner as well. So it looks like it's been like quarried at a corner.
Right.
And like, so the block face goes like this, and then turns and goes on the corner, and then it ends. For some reason, it doesn't make sense. It's crazy shit. I'm gonna post so many pictures on this when we're talking about it, just so people can see. But it's just fucking nuts.
I mean, it's.
What's our time, by the way? I've just been going on for like fucking however.
Literally got a minute left.
Go fuck.
Woo! Take that moment to say, listen. That's why we got all the delinquent stuff out at the beginning.
We got the delinquent shit out first because like I was gonna go in, and I knew I was gonna go in. I'm sorry the boys didn't get too much time to talk here.
No, that's fine.
Cool, I just know so much about this stuff. I end up fucking rambling.
Bro,
but
I'm gonna have questions when we
go. Yeah, ask me. Ask me questions now. What we got?
No, because I'm gonna want to look up some stuff.
Okay, we'll do it. But listen, if anybody wants a follow up to this, write it in the comments, and then we might do a follow up episode where we go into more depth. If you've got specific questions, write them in the comments or DM us or whatever, and then we'll go further into it. But I just think the shit's crazy, man. It just fucking, I just think like conspiracy theory stuff around the world is the aliens and stuff like that, like cool. But when we start talking about actual tangible science evidence that you can see in front of you, you're like, this shit don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And there's so many examples of it across the world. Like, I just focused on Egypt, but like Easter Island, where there's shit on there like that doesn't make sense. You know, like there's, you know,
statues.
The Moai statues, right? Like, how were those built? How were they moved? You know, that's volcanic rock. Like, how did they do that? Who were those people? Where are they now? You know, do you know those Moai statues? You know, there's more to them than just the head, right?
Yeah, like
they got arms and legs and feet and shit, and they're like in the ground. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
The head is just what's above.
The head's just what's above it.
Oh right.
Yeah.
You're talking about the heads in East Island.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The Moai statues.
And when you think about it,
they have hands and shit.
Think of how close those heads are together. So think, if there's a body, arms, legs underneath the ground, how close are those things to each other?
Oh damn!
The distance between them
is quite minimal.
It's crazy shit, man. The world is a fucking crazy place when you start looking at this sort of stuff. And on that bombshell.
Yeah, I guess that's the end of the show.
That's fucking episode 12. We love you. If you want more of this, let us know. I think next episode we'll go back to just being delinquent, mug shorties, do some fucked up shit, be funny again. But I wanted to throw these two out since we reached episode 10.
11.
No, we got to episode 10.
Because we got to 10.
We got to 10. I wanted to do 11 and 12 of just us talking a bit of shit about some other stuff that we're interested in. And then we might even do a fucking Neil-centric episode where he teaches us some shit. And we have a Neil teaching time, then we have a Jose teaching time, then an L teaching time, and we just go back and forth. And then eventually we'll sprinkle in some pornography talk in there, and boob talk, and the Habib show, chick with blue hair. Go check it out. Funny accent. What's her name?
Queen Rogue.
Queen Rogue. Shout out to you, Queen Rogue. Your funny accent. We love you. Episode 12. It's in the can. Big up. I've been L.
I've been Nil.
Jose.
We love you long time. Peace.
See you, chump.
Bye.